Greetings, traveler. In the games industry, we often talk about the difficulties of working with publishers, with Steam, with Appstore, with all the other great institutions that are out there for selling games. So today, I'm going to talk about what I would do to sell a game without using any of them. My name is Xanthos. I've been working in the games industry for over 10 years now. And a common struggle of game developers, especially when they're starting out, is that they enjoy the process of making games and having other people play them, but they don't want to go through the process of selling it through a publisher or putting it on an app store or setting up all the game page contents and so on. Certainly they don't want to go through the hassle of thinking about game sales and how the money gets taxed and how it's transferred to their account. I get it, it's a big hassle, trust me, I've been there. So what would I do if I wanted to sell a game but not use any of that? Well, thinking about historically similar examples to this, apparently, according to a presentation I saw about this, Richard Garriott, when he wanted to sell Ultima, he didn't have any of these things, right? He didn't have a publisher and he didn't have Steam at the time or anything like that. So what he did is he quite literally went door to door and asked people if they would like to buy his game for money. Now, nowadays we have more technology than back then. We have a few more options. So what I would do is, first of all, I would make my game, right? Especially in the way I want it, have all the features I wanted to put there. Definitely not use extremely high quality graphics. Probably I would go with something like assets from the asset store. Just make sure that the game looks presentable enough for people to get the idea about the world of the game. And then what I would do is simply show the game to people for a limited time. You don't want to sit there for like an hour or two, right? I would show it for maybe 5 minutes, maybe less, depending on the type of game. And then I would ask them if they would like to buy it. The price is completely, up to the completeness level of the game. So if it's a fully complete and polished product, it would get a higher price. If it's very early in its development, maybe something like $2 or $1, or even for free if it's very early in the development process. The key point here is when I would ask, would you like to buy this game, or do you want to play more? I can give it to you for whatever price I decide. The answer of the person that played these first few minutes of the game is gold. If they say, yes, I'd like to buy it, you're off to the races, congratulations on your sale, you're off to a good start. But the more interesting part, if they say they don't want to buy it, then you get to ask why. And it's not a mean why, you're just curious. What would they want to see in the game to make it worthwhile to them to buy it? Is it fixing a bug? Is it improving the visual quality? Is it improving the gameplay itself? Is a game missing something? The answer of whoever played the game is extremely important here, and it's way more important than many other things that will come later. So where to host your game, how to scale the sales later on, and so on. Those are all good questions, but for the moment, the quality of the game itself is the key topic that needs to be solved. So this process not only answers that super important question, but it puts you and the person playing the game in the perfect situation to have that discussion. So if it's a mobile game, you can show it off on your phone. If it's a PC game, your friend can see it when they come over to your house, when you go over to their house, at a work PC maybe, or maybe you have a laptop with you to show it off, whatever is convenient for you, right? So in that context, when the person says that they wouldn't buy the game because something is missing or something is not right with them, that is your roadmap. That is your way forward. And you'll find, as I have found, that the more you improve the game in that sense, the more willing people are to pay a price for it. Now, the price in the beginning, I wouldn't set it anywhere over like $1 or $2. And in fact, it might be even a more fun interaction to say, you know what, we met for coffee today. if you buy me my coffee, the game is yours. Something like that. Just buy me a drink and you get the game for free. Something like that to keep things lighthearted and to facilitate this conversation about what the game would need to become even better. All right. And so as you naturally go through this process, the game you have will progress by a huge amount. You will get so much valuable feedback, and it will have such a profoundly strong effect in the game. You will not believe it, essentially. I've done this. Trust me, this process is hugely eye-opening for the game, and it shows you what other people see in your game that perhaps we don't see ourselves due to the tunnel vision we get from game development. So this is what I would do. I really, really recommend this method to anyone who is starting out or anyone who has a game and they don't want to get involved with publishers and online stores and all of that typical company stuff. This is a really easy and fun way to get started. And if you're worrying that, somebody will get the game executable or get the game app, the APK, whatever, and they're going to send it to everybody in the world and everybody will be playing your game for free. Well, when you're that early on in the life cycle of a game, and let's say that happens, and people keep sharing it and they keep downloading it and they keep sending it to each other, that is the biggest blessing you could hope for, because that shows that people are interested in that game. So if you were to then, put it on a website or find a way to sell it to more people online, then you already have the audience guaranteed, and you already basically have all these people waiting to buy your game as soon as there is an updated version or a full release version or anything like that. And quick tip here: if in that version of the game you can rather put a way for people to contact you with recommendations about the game, questions, suggestions for improvement, and so on, so they can send you an email, hopefully from inside the game. Maybe it jumps to an email client and they can just write you a quick email, or to whatever social page is convenient for you. That would also be amazingly helpful, because not only you get feedback about the game, but over time you get to create a list of all the people interested in your game, so you can contact them again in the future and ask them if they would like the updated version or the second game or the expansion for the game or anything like that. So anyway, if you know someone who really wants to get into game development, or they have a game but they don't know how to take the next steps to make money with it, essentially, perhaps share it with them and let me know their opinion going through this process. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, have fun.